feel really embarrassed picking up the camera again and trying to record a video because I left you guys hanging, and it honestly I feel terrible about it, but let me figure out how we get back into this. Let's start off by saying, what is up, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It has been a super long time. I actually had to watch my video again to remind me where I left off with this build. Going into 2024, we are not gonna let anything stop us in our tracks.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
A lot has changed in the 6 months that I haven't posted, but let me give you guys an update of what has been going on. As far as my personal life goes, not a lot has changed. There has been a few exciting things that have happened this year. One of them being I bought my business partner out of the exterior business. So I am completely on my own now. And it has been a true blessing, to say the least. I'm very grateful for it. And it's a huge learning experience as well, not having that extra support. Another thing that has changed that is gonna be huge to the channel, I am actually going to be building a shop in my backyard, and I feel like that is really gonna take the YouTube thing to a next level, having a dedicated workspace to actually work on the cars and not be in that cluttered garage. So I don't know if you guys can see it out here, but I have these little rebars here set up, and this shop is gonna be a 30 by 50, and it should be plenty of room to start out with, and all of the paperwork has been put together, and we are literally just waiting on the city to get back with us with the permit, and we can start the building process. And the very first thing that we are going to do is we are going to knock down this damn tree because, as you can see, it's not doing so good. But there's going to be more to come on that, and if you guys want updates on how that's going to go and the building process, let me know, and I'll make sure to include them in these YouTube videos. But now let me show you the major updates that we have done to the car. For those of you that are new to the channel, my ultimate goal for this car was to make it into a super fun, fast street cruiser that's going to be reliable. And I also wanted to keep as many factory options as I possibly could. And with the car not going to Dallas anymore, unfortunately, we lost one of the major factory options, and that being the paddle shifters. The e-gear system is just a very complicated system for a guy like me that does not know a lick about wiring. So I had to obviously improvise, and if you get where I'm going with this, you're probably right, and you probably already noticed it. I went ahead and swapped a gated 6-speed into my car, and don't worry about this because this is going to get reworked and we're going to make it look really nice. But I also went ahead and installed the factory Lamborghini pedals. And tell me, you guys, does that not look freaking awesome? I personally think that it's gonna make the driving experience that much better. Having full control of the car, being able to pop the clutch, do donuts. I mean, I think it's just gonna be the funnest thing ever. And I'll be honest with you guys, deep down, I've kind of always wanted to swap this over to gated 6-speed. The only reason I didn't was because I was trying to be different and keep the paddle shifters, but unfortunately that just didn't work in our favor. So we're working with what we got, and this is what we're gonna stick with. So we are now a gated 6-speed Gallardo. And for those of you that are not familiar with these cars, the clutches don't last very long because of this system. It actually has to slip the clutch in order to get the car to take off, because you don't have control of the clutch. So it slips the clutch so you can take off so the car doesn't stall. But enough of that. Let's go ahead and move on to the back so I can show you some more major updates. You guys are probably like, Ernie, what is up with the pipes hanging out of the back of the car? Well, let me tell you. So these are actually the wastegate dump tubes. So here are the wastegates right here. They come to the back, and I did a teardrop design on them.
Oh my God! Wow!
And I could not be happier with how they turned out. I feel like they're gonna look super cool when there's flames popping out of the back, and they just look super unique, and I just wanted to do something different. So I think the person behind us, when we're driving out and cruising on the streets, is gonna really appreciate that. Another major thing that I did get done is I mounted my catch cans. You guys might be like, that's not very cool or was not very exciting, but let me tell you, I spent a lot of time on that because I have no room in this engine bay to put them anywhere. I didn't want to clutter it up anymore, so this is what I came up with right here, sleek behind the wheel. And I'm not sure if there's going to be an issue with them being mounted there and so low, but I guess that's just something we're going to have to figure out as we go. But now let's move on to probably the most exciting part of this build. And I really hope you guys are proud of me for this. I actually went ahead and wired the car up myself. I mean, that was a hell of a learning experience. If you guys are wondering what ECU I went with or what, so let me show you guys. I went ahead and installed a Link ECU. So I got it hiding over here in the corner if you guys didn't notice. But that is a Link Extreme ECU. They make a plug and play harness for that ECU specifically. So I went ahead, bought the ECU, bought the harness, plugged everything in, switched a couple connectors that needed to be switched over from my application. And this system is freaking awesome. So I'm not very good at this kind of stuff, but it has ways to test your injectors. So you can literally come over here, go to your fuel setup, go to your injector test, and you can go through and test each individual injector along with your ignition coils. And it is just a super awesome system, and I've heard very good things about it, so that's what I went ahead and used, and it's what fit my budget. I think I spent roughly around $3,000, I want to say, for this system. And the reason I went with it is because I think I'm able to make it work with the cluster in the car. I still haven't figured out that part yet, but let me show you guys my mess of a wiring that I have back here. It's not the prettiest, but it's honest work. So I went ahead and tied everything into the factory relay box for the car. I thought that was kind of cool. So that way everything kind of looks like it's meant to be there. You guys are probably dying to hear this thing run, and I'm not going to make you guys wait any longer. Let's go ahead, fire this bad boy up, back it out of the garage, and give it a quick wash so we can take it for its... Well, I'm sorry guys, that's actually not going to happen because it is currently snowing outside. And here, I'll give you guys a quick look of it. But we just recently got snow. But what I can do is give you guys a proper cold start. Let's get out there. You guys can probably tell it has been a long time since I recorded that last video, but we are picking it up from here, and as you guys saw, it does run. It runs. We actually went and got it tuned, but that was kind of more towards the summertime, and we weren't really able to dial in the cold start, obviously, because the difference in temperatures. But I do have a few clips of when I took it to get dynoed, so I'm gonna drop those here, and let me know down in the comments how much horsepower do you think we made. So I'm gonna give you a quick rundown on the setup. So obviously we got the 5.3 that's got twin turbo 62s out the back, the factory Graziano transmission, and what else? Oh, it was only on wastegate and 93 pump gas. So the wastegates have 7-pound springs in them. So drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think, and let me know what you guys think on. Let me know how much you guys think it made on 7 pounds. So I'm not gonna lie to you guys, we didn't make as much as I had planned, but honestly the motor is running really efficient, and we were having problems with the boost controller, so we were unfortunately not able to turn up the boost. But the car made a whopping, what was it, just slightly under 600 horsepower. I'll post a picture of the dyno sheet here so you guys can see it. And just because we got it running, you guys, does not mean that the build is over. We still have a lot that I want to do to this car. It's currently on 93 pump gas, so I'd like to get that boost controller deal figured out, put it on E85 and take it back to get dynoed, and hopefully we can get closer to maybe an 800 mark. I think that would be a good, reliable amount of power. And not only just that, but we recently got this thing ceramic coated and color corrected. So take a look at the paint, you guys. I mean, it really brought it back to life. I actually have some before and after photos, and it is crazy how bad a condition this thing is. But it's finally getting the love that it deserves. But other than that, I just wanted to say stay tuned for the next episode, because we have something exciting that's going to happen. Actually, I'll just go ahead and tell you. You guys have been waiting long enough. We are going to be bagging the car. See you next time. Peace.